Alright. Music's fucking nice. I like the music. It's pretty nice music. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. Where did my Discord go? There it is. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Scrolly. Announcements at everyone. At everyone. Kill us, princess. Just like the bourgeoisie. Great post. I'll probably steal one of these right here. Should be able to snatch that up. If you are in chat, I cannot see you. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to make posts and such. You know how it is. AAT, Laughing Demon. Hi, Cody, how you doing? Got one last post to make, and then a slaying princess we shall take. Music's nice. I like the music. All right, and post. There we go. Last message out. Post. Send. Hey, there we go. It's sent. Go back to the regular one. Okay, so the terminally online Discord, the one for James. No, I don't believe I'm in that one yet. But the fucking music's fucking fire. I like this. Yellow flavor, my favorite. Okay. I'm gonna wait here for a few seconds until all the folks show up. Standard audio game set up. Parallax effects, flickering images. Surely boil effect. What's boil effect? What does that mean? My little fucking nose picker finger. Look at that. Get a little. I can't of myself. Shit. I can't pick my own nose. What bullshit is this? Let me go ahead and start a game, right? I mean, like, how long should we wait? What's the polite length of time to wait for folks to show up? That's what I'm wondering. It's good. Well, it's good and bad to hear Killjoy. People get sick, but you know, soup helps cure all. Yeah, like what's the boil setting? Like, is it like bubbly or some shit? Let's go ahead and start a game. Fuck it. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Is that right?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But Mr. Narrator, what are her crimes? What has caused this princess to be so reviled that she be sentenced to death? Do tell me, Mr. Narrator, please do tell. Explore. The end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get a reward for doing this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Vive la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave. Good question there. Good question. Quick question to you guys. Do you guys want me to narrate or the guy to narrate? Would you rather have? Between the two. I'm sure if I fucking dip down nose volume, it should take, all the voice volume down. I don't know. I don't want to take it on the narrator's thunder, though. The guy? Okay. I want to say, just for this time, let's see. Is there an option for what has she done? No option for it. I'll go ahead and say, silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Damn right.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Damn right.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Thank you, Cody.
Cody donated $5. Small tip. Explore options usually don't progress the plot.
Oh, I see.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade. No? I could, so if this is reading right, I could just not take the blade and enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I suppose, Mr. Narrator, but this kind of situation tends to breed the evil in somebody.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Perhaps.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Where's that chain, though? Whose chain does that belong to?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on. Let's talk a bit first, or I'll see what I can do and examine the chains. Let's have a chat. She's not going anywhere.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Let's see. So is Princess your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Examine the chains. This question is interesting to me.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
That's hardly relevant. It's quite relevant. What are you drinking? What are you eating?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
Yeah, all
She
right.
has to eat, right?
Yeah. What have you been eating? What have you been drinking? How are you sustaining yourself down here, Princess? So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
True. Everyone does have a name.
Okay, that's weird.
How's that weird, Mr. Narrator?
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
There's clearly time, Mr. Narrator. No need to be so rushing off to the task.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
All I have, Mr. Narrator, is all you've told me. Right now, me and chat are looking at us like there's a member of a royal family down in the basement. No guards, no tenders, feasting and consuming something to sustain herself. It's getting a bit sussy-wussy, if you will. I think there's more. But I don't actually think you're dangerous. I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. Thing is, she is a woman, and all women are dangerous. Thing is, she does it not feel right. Let's go for the middle option here.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
She thinks. Amnesia? Magic?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
You've been down here for so long, wearing a gown and tiara, and very clearly well taken care of. Hair a bit messy, but not horrible.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Deflect. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping the information secret from me. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. Remain silent. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Well, obviously, Mr. Narrator, I'm simply probing for information.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
Compelling argument.
This is about how messed up this whole situation. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
Good question.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Also very true.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
We? Who is this we? I jumped in this game knowing nothing. No factions, no parallels, no groups of power. There's no we here, Mr. Narrator. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. These are the old ones. Yeah, these are the old ones. Let's see. No information. No backstory. Simply a, this is what, this is why. Why should I kill her? Show in the world. How? Says who? Top one.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
But she's been down here for so long that even you know how long she's been down here. She hasn't found a way out yet? Or is it why there's only one shackle on her arm?
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Spicy.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Tempting, tempting, tempting. Retrieve the blade. Okay, let's get you out of here. Lock her in the basement. Of course, she did say I'd regret it. Up, return. Retrieve the blade.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Interesting.
Fine. Turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains.
chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slit these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save, after all.
After all?
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's where the princess sat only a moment ago. There's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Hello? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over? She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down there and letting her bleed out. Let's finish this. Fuck it. Let's say... here.
Oh, you coward!
Nah, don't you judge me.
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
She seems quite confident in herself, doesn't she?
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Probably not. Come on out. Let's just get this over with.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
Wait.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually... Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here. You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers. You barely even realize that you've started to drift off. Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs. There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. Chapter 2. Oh. 4 chapters?
You're on a path.
Oh, I see.
You're here to sleep.
Okay. So, these are all baits right here. These are all baits. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie.
I know.
Maybe. The interior of the cabin is... The blade is your...
Do-do-do-do-do-do. There's a mirror now. That's new.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Mr. Narrator, are you lying to me? There's clearly a mirror right here.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it.
Voice of the hunted. Interesting. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope
Well,
you know
that's
how ridiculous
interesting.
you look right now.
Very interesting.
but it was there a second ago. And now it's gone.
We have a reptilian hand or something. Enter
No
basement.
steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it. The door to the basement creaks
Hey,
open,
it's different.
revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp
Hey, yo.
earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
So the story's changing. I like this,
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
I assume the chain's coming with her.
Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
The IRS.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling.
Oop, shit. Damn it.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Let's see. Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right? Turn down volume. Oh. Is that loud? Like, this? I got that. Let's do that
There's
one.
a shift in the humid air, and something enormous. The princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and
Interesting.
dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
Yeah.
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place.
Oh no, you
Fibrous lining
Bruh,
constricts
not
around
like
you,
this.
its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs
I can guarantee
barely
that someone's
expand in
fat for
such a
this
tiny
shit.
Space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Interesting.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Well, that's dead, dead, dead right there. Fuck it, claw and bite.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Fuck it, claw and bite.
Again you tear, heart pumping with adrenaline, your ulcerating hands a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat. The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
You know what? We're just gonna keep clawing and biting.
Your
Fight till the
energy
end.
is fading, but you can hear her heart thumping somewhere close. There's so little of you left. Your fingers reduced to bone, your nerves bare and screaming, the acid pooling around you now a soup of your skin and meat. You are a spark of will driving a melted corpse. But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. Chapter 3.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
Interesting.
That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
3, exactly.
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
Well, you gave me options. That's your first mistake.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We
Voice
don't
of the
even
broken.
exist as a body anymore. We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better? She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
This thing watching us. What is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be, but what do we do now? Whatever we are right now is an abomination and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you, narrator, how do I stop her? I say this.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Oop, shit.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Gaze! Gaze at the terror! Gaze!
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten. I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be. I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
No! I devoured you! I won! I put things back the way they were supposed to be!
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
The cabin ate me? What?
And then you find yourself,
Oh, shit.
blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her. I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live.
Do we have to do this?
You have to.
I never wanted to kill you. Not really. But we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us. Cut her free. Or slay the princess. Come on. How could you hate that face?
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
You can't stop me.
And that other thing is... we'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Ah, of course.
Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. And good luck getting her out of here. I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost the same. Almost.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
What? Huh?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Let's just stay still. I feel anxious. Does anyone else feel anxious?
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final. That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
Let's have a look.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Oop, shit. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights. What do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I'm a person.
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective.
I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What do you want, dog? Huh? What do you want? I'm playing a horror game. It's not for dogs. Go on. Go on. Back it up. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oop. Save here. You know what? Let's take a nice little walk, you and I.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I bet I will.
Warning, before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Lead to the cabin.
The interior of the blade.
Enter basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs
Like seeing
and
an
lock
old
eyes
friend.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You know what? I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
I'm fully aware, but we're here for an adventure, Mr. Narrator.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
True, she did.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Also true, you have 2 hands.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Ah, I've been bamboozled.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Ah.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Well,
You're here
well.
to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Is that right?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Yeah, but I like doing things the hard way.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing
That took
through
a
her
turn
limb
pretty
with the
quick.
determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
That would be true.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, well. Save the princess or slay the princess. Save or slay? Save or slay? Save or slay? Save.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
This princess is fucking gangster as shit. God damn.
Her limb falls to the ground.
And the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
You?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
You're not my dad. Resist!
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Cody donated $5. Kill.
Kill?
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, to the cabin. Ba-ba-da.
A warning. She will lie. If only... Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time.
Oh, it's the voice
He's
of the
trying to
Smitten.
keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our
Cody
love.
donated $5. Full transparency.
time?
You've
What
missed
are
my
you
favorite
talking
route
about?
twice now, but not telling you how.
Oh, have I?
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
There's the mirror again, yeah.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
True. Very true, Mr. Smitten. Basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
This guy definitely gives Prime subs to VTubers.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back.
I was just thinking that,
before,
yeah.
Haven't you? That's right, villain. And
you killed us.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you.
Ah, we're multi-worlding. Interesting.
This is horrible.
Multi-planning.
Horrible for
Multi-plane
you, maybe,
drifting?
but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Like the lady.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Let's see. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Interesting. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Oops, shit.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She's being very supportive.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
So she does remember.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists.
So she remembers
and
me cutting
indeed,
off her arm.
We won't even have to.
Interesting.
Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted.
Back up.
So go ahead
Go
and
on.
slay her. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is heavily loaded. I feel like it's pretty fucking sus all the way around.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
She's gonna fucking stab me, isn't she?
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. You want to end the world? I just want to leave. You can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair! We're supposed to leave now.
She's right, it isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense, you just met her! Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than
Indeed,
anything
bruh.
you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I'll be right back, chat. We'll wake the wife up.
Go back.
All right. All right, let's see here.
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the.
She's
pure
gonna fucking
strength
kill
of
me,
our
isn't
hearts,
she?
Bound
She's gonna fucking kill me. I fucking know it. She's gonna tear my goddamn head off or some shit.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and
Okay, chat. I am not gonna fucking lie. I am fucking tempted to click that button right there. Just fucking. I am hella tempted to just fucking go and kill her. Like, we'll walk her up the stairs. Hey, you're free. Stab. Oh, save? Oh, yeah. Good save. Save. Here. So, this is just the call to avoid happening right here.
you take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you. Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
It's comedy gold.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult. I feel sick. Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable. You'll get over it. You just saved everyone. Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for.
I know, right?
We might as well
right,
just end
Halo?
it all. You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
You know what, Mr. Smitten? If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that. You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunged the blade into your own heart and collapsed to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hold on. I want to try and load.
You're on a path. She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We
can't
killed
load?
her.
Hold on. There we go. Load. No, don't overwrite save. Fuck, I want to load. How do you load?
And you clearly...
Load, there we go. Load that one. Yes. Okay. Okay. You're not doing
You're
that.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
I'm going to die now.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Your love will set you free. Hell yeah, brother, let's do it. We're doing it, chat. And she kills us.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Interesting.
Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh, the arms again. Interesting. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's just going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again.
Cody donated $5. Please
Proceed
talk
to
to
the
the long
cabin.
silence this time.
Gotcha. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before, or how much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
What if I don't want to bring you any more vessels? What if I just wait here forever?
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished, damp, cavernous. If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
It shut the game down? What? Fucking... Huh? You cheeky dev. You cheeky dev.
You have returned to me.
Motherfucker.
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Hold on. Fucking captured... Hold on. Shit. Boop. Boop. There we go. Woo! That thing popped right the fuck back up. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
This one I don't know for certain yet. I'm ready to go back, attack, or destroy your body. Save. Which to choose? Which to choose? Destroy your body. Oop, nope. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the damsel to her. Chapter 1, The Hero
You're
and
on
the
a
Princess.
path in the woods. You're here to
Yep. The end of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world because she's locked
While
up?
I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, but if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor...
Take the blade.
You take the...
Enter basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Whoa, that's different. That's different.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Look at these options. I'm just here to talk. No. Okay, yeah, you got me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
Is that you, James?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, chat. Good now. The horror game I was talking about. It's called Slay the Princess. What are you, a parrot or a dog? You gotta pick one. Can't have both. Can't be both.
What she was trying to do was look at me, her face.
trying to play with me, and she kept trying to get up.
You hear Trill? Why are... No, dogs out. There are only 3 dogs in here. 3 dogs out.
Only 2.
No, all dogs out. Go on. Go on. Out. Out. Sheesh. No, not get out. Don't invite yourself back in here.
If I'm here.
I know. I don't care. Wait out there. The hallway becomes you. Bunch of brats. Watch the mud. I'm not saying you don't. Just saying. I had to say it.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know I am here to kill you?
Do you?
You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free. Fine. What do you want to know?
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
This is the fucking, like, Sundere fucking arc?
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Curious. Last time the fucking door shut behind me, which is a bit of an issue. Is there a way to make sure she... So, is there a way to, like, an option where she has to fucking cut her arm off? Like, if I choose the bottom one, you might find a key.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easy, and if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret.
You have to make a
Okay, let's get you out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
I guarantee she'd fucking rip her arm off again.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy.
Oh, no
far
key
too
exists?
solid for you
Okay.
to even imagine.
So if I went up the stairs again, she would have chopped her arm off again, right? Yeah.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door... Is someone else...
Oh. It's locked it. Try the door.
You try the door. You're here to slay the princess, and you...
Damn it.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Probably. Save her.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her
this shit
escape
again?
into the world. Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
Fuck it.
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Cody donated $5.
Sure.
Small request.
Are you
After this
serious?
run, can you go down without the knife one more
I don't know
time?
what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade, pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now, adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess.
It can't just end like this, right?
I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark.
See, I guarantee it would have done the thing where she killed you anyway, because what it did last time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Hold on.
And in the basement of that cabin...
Can I go to the beginning? Main menu. Yes. Start game. Yeah. I don't like the railroady bits. It's really annoying.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Yeah. Go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path.
Skip. To the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty. The blade is your implement.
Skip. Go out.
The door to
Skip. Alright. Leave the cabin, bro. Come on, bro. Leave the cabin, bro. Just leave, bro. Alright. So there's something to this. Like, I can feel there's something to this particular arc wanting to happen. You missed the muzzle. What do you mean I missed the muzzle? God damn it. You said go back down the basement with the fucking knife one more time. You said go back to the basement without the knife again. Do what you asked.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come
Oh,
down
God
here.
damn it.
I was starting...
Hold on. God fucking bless. Ugh. Main menu. Yes. Start game.
You're on.
Nope.
You're here to
skip. Ugh.
You make your way up.
Skip.
The blade is your...
Skip.
You take the blade from the...
Skip.
Her voice...
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it...
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd
You're here to
forgotten
skip
about me.
dialogue.
You walk down the
Skip.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
All right.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That isn't a good...
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Okay. Explore.
Do you-
Skip.
Don't just tell her that. Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Fine. What do you want to know?
You can't.
Let's see. I'll leave it down here.
Too long.
She hesitates before answering.
Okay.
Don't jump to... Oh, have you just...
You know. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the prince. They're large and heavy.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it.
Doubtful.
I'll be here.
You try the door. You make your way back. Against your better judgment.
Skip.
No, we won't have it.
Skip. Warn
Stop
her.
that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
What the fuck? That's the wrong one? Ugh, for God's sakes, what are you talking about?
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Hold on, I'm gonna save this real quick and go back.
You're on a path.
Save. Here. Ugh, God. Return. Main menu. Yes. Start game. Rah.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Yeah. Go to the cabin.
You make your way.
Skip.
The interior of the blade is...
Skip. Knife. Yep.
You take the blade from the...
Skip.
The door to the base...
Skip.
Oh,
Skip.
it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgot that.
Skip.
The
Skip.
blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Don't just tell her that.
Okay.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best in... You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful.
I'll be here.
You try the door. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Don't judge me, chat.
Easier for who? Easier for...
Save.
Against
Skip.
your bet. No, we won't have any...
Skip. Okay. Now I have to let her... I have to try and stab her, right? Okay, cover and stab. Gotcha.
You bring the blade down, okay? Though the blade left a deep...
Are you... I don't know what came over you. But if we're... Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I
Okay.
can beat you to death with
So
one.
I assume here be give up or slay. Because you're trying to point me somewhere, Cody, and I don't know where the fuck you're trying to send me. Skip? I can't skip. I'm right here. What is that? Slay? Alright, slay.
Thank you. You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through... But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm. Her...
Okay, so we're here now.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Save this one. Alright. Towards the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. We might... Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Apparently. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the bed. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Take blade.
You take the blade from the altar. door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
Thanks, Cody.
For a moment,
Appreciate
you
it.
almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
What's going on here? Oh, that's fucking wheel.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
I'm not saying this is my type, chat, but
You weren't
Yeah.
kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak
Interesting.
starlight, her figure framed by a
Interesting.
stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
The
Done.
blade slips from your fingers and clatters
Okay.
uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
She called you charming,
Kneel.
bro.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead,
Oh,
your
lame.
legs buckle, and
Lame.
your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right. She's right. We've been here before, and we've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but the point stands. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? Well, I'll be damned. That's not good. Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
It's like a Primarch. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
I'm not gonna help you in the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Please fucking step on me.
Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
Needles.
No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh, I can't choose any of these?
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand!
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I can't choose any of these. Come on.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
Bruh, this is the only dialogue option?
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Come on. You know, I'm gonna wait. I guarantee you that fucking thing's got a timer on it. It's gotta have a timer on it. Come on. Give me the timer. Come on, go wide for me. Come on. Not like this. I'm not going to go like this. Fucking go. Let's see. Save. The 9s. I wonder if I wait, it'll just fucking come back on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's not going to, is it? Fuck.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I
don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah! You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries. Your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The apotheosis.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess. At the end of that path is a cabin.
Let me guess.
Excuse me? This is the 3rd time we've been here, and this is hardly a path in the woods. It's all big and weird.
Another witness to her radiance. Her hour is soon upon us.
I'm here to keep him in check. I'm sick of prying fingers digging around in our head, and he's making it all too easy for them to get in. This is bad. Oh, is it now? I hadn't noticed. Do you need a primer, Mr. Amnesiac? No, I'm quite all right, but if all of you would take a moment to settle down, there's something important I'd like to get across to you before it's too late. Is it about the princess? We already know all about the princess. Not to be trusted, that one. No, I mean, yes, it's about the princess, but whatever you think I'm going to say, it's probably not that. You're not to be trusted either. Look, fine, just out with it already, yeah? But if I hear the words, "You're here to slay her," or "If you don't, it will be the end of the world," you'll have lost speaking privileges. You're going to hear some of those words, but not all of them. Definitely not all in that order. I'm interested. Really? I know. It's probably a bunch of lies, but even lies have a kernel of truth to them.
You two are just wasting your time. It's all going to end when we open that cabin door, which means it's already all over. What's the point of dawdling when the end is already written?
Okay, that nonsense he's going on about, that's what we need to talk about. You've been here before, obviously. So you have met us. Because boy, were you in denial about that last time. No, I haven't met you, but reality is clearly falling apart at the moment, and the only reason that would happen is if you knew things you weren't supposed to know. What the hell are you talking about? He's talking about those weird marble trees and how wrong everything looks. Yes, exactly. Whatever you did before gave her far too much power. So
Shut
you've
the
got to
fuck up,
cut it
narrator.
out,
I have
get to
the
that
talking
cabin
stick.
and slay her before things get any more out of hand. We gave her power. Why didn't you ever tell us we could do that? We probably would have gone about things very differently if we knew that.
We've built a new god, and she is limitless.
Are our thoughts doing that? Make her small, make her small, make her small, make her small. Shit! What if I'm doing it wrong? What if I'm making her even stronger? Do you hear those two, with their runaway thoughts? I'm only giving you the sliver of information I'm giving you now because things are already deep in the shitter. This was my last card to play, and it looks like it's already made things worse. So hurry. Cabin. Now.
I'm going to save here, actually. Save. Here, last one. I'm going to run away.
But a great and horrible change is already underway. The ground quakes beneath your feet, and you feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway, then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Stop believing everything you hear. We just have to get our thoughts in order. Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
I can't run away.
As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you. You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
Almost done.
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Very Evangelion of this, isn't it?
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never. Yeah, screw all of this, I'm with you. A real god wouldn't need us as part of her plan.
Yeah. That's pretty right, Inglon.
You'll never make it to her. And even if you do, what could you possibly hope to accomplish?
We'll do what we were always supposed to. We'll take this blade and we'll sink it into her heart. Look at the way everything's being flung around her. If we just throw ourselves in her direction... I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe none of this is real. Maybe we can do whatever we want to do. With a forceful tug, you yank the blade out from the tree. You close your eyes and take a deep breath, and for a moment you can feel everything around you, like you're a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. And then your eyes open, settling on your target. It's time. You launch yourself towards the princess. You can feel her gravity envelop you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Even now you defy me. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end what's destined to end everything.
Yeah, do it. Show her.
Why do I feel so cold?
What the fuck? You do not get the chance to slay her. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
No. Where did she go? She's gone. Is this the end of the world? Did she end herself? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels... it's calling us. And not in a good way. I don't want to look at us.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way. I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
Quiet you. Let's see. Load. I had one of these trapped up, didn't I? Which one? I had one saved. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Let's see, 1902. Okay, it was this one right here then. 1902, 1900.
You're here to slay her.
Okay.
A warning. She will lie.
Skip.
If that's what you want.
Okay, inner basement.
No blade. Blade. No blade. It doesn't matter.
I'm curious how it'll behave with no blade in my hand.
The door to the basement. It's still her boot.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it doesn't matter what that. Making your way down the spiral staircase as the princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Alright.
Kneel.
but the words don't
Damn
leave
it.
your mouth.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right. She's right. We've been here before. And we've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. He's being melodramatic. Well, I'll be damned.
Earl for. All right.
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Don't be rude. Of course. It's not rude. That's exactly...
I can, easily, but that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful... The destruction,
Okay.
the song of you.
So there is something here.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Here we go. Oh, fucking, is my only option?
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Interesting.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done. You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this.
Okay, save. Phew. This is the God arc save.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
No joke. No joke, hero.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. Nothing, and then everything.
But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and... Is that a... I'm begging you, don't.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right.
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. It's different. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Oops.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans,
I've heard this
reduced.
before. Ah, jeez. So none of these change, do they? They're all the same.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
It's new though.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed.
You've heard this, the skill.
Is not. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I know only that they are. Nothing as we are, but I know there is no exit.
Okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.